Hey guys, I thought it'd be a pretty cool idea to create a random redstone clock in Minecraft. Now there's various ways you can create a random redstone clock or pulse in Minecraft. Maybe you want to detect when a mob changes something or does something, perhaps a chicken lays an egg. Or what about when a reed block grows or when a cactus block grows. You can detect those things using various redstone contraptions or bud switches. But here we have another design which doesn't use bud switches, doesn't use dispensers to waste items. All it is a redstone clock, here just using 4 hoppers to create a variable length clock design, which is between about 3 seconds and about 8 minutes, and a dropper and a hopper with a comparator to detect random events. So what happens is when this comparator block here becomes powered, it's sending a power all the way through to this dropper. Now this dropper has 3 items in it. It has 2 wool blocks and a shovel. Now the shovel is not overly important in the fact that it's a shovel, but what is important about it is that it's a non-stackable item. In other words, I can't stack the shovel together with other similar items. Wool blocks on the other hand are stackable, so you can stack them together. Now that's important because when items move between the dropper and the hopper above it, this comparator detects how full this hopper is. So when the shovel moves inside this first item slot of the hopper, it thinks the hopper is a lot more full compared to when a wool block or any stackable item moves inside this hopper. So what that does is it creates a variable length redstone signal depending on which item is moving inside this hopper. Now it's random because when a redstone signal comes from this comparator through to this dropper is randomly choosing which slot to activate or to move items, or to not dispense but drop the item. Here we're dropping the item vertically, so it's a little strange, but the item is moving from the dropper to the hopper above it, and then the hopper is moving the item back inside the dropper, so there's no item loss. It's a pretty cool sunset or sunrise. Yeah, so what is actually happening here is, depending on when the shovel moves inside this hopper, this redstone signal here is going to travel 2 blocks rather than 1 block, which is sending a redstone signal through to this redstone lamp. So here this redstone lamp is turning on and off whenever the item moves around in this clock design. So you can see what this constant pulse looks like, and here you can see that this redstone lamp is not always matching the same time that this one's activated because this one is more random. So when this block here becomes powered, it's because the shovel is inside this hopper temporarily. So this is a pretty cool design. It's reasonably compact, and you have a lot more control based on the frequency of how often do you want this random interval to be. That's based off this dropper design, so depending on which or how many items that you put inside this dropper either increases or decreases the chance of your non-stackable item being moved into the hopper. And you can further decrease the rate that this whole circuit runs at just by adding more or less items inside this ring of hoppers. Here I only have 1 item moving around inside these 4 hoppers. So let's build this, and so you can see just exactly how to make it. It's pretty straightforward.